Hopefully I can right click copy NASCAR only. Paste. Post. Refresh. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Get out of here, get back to here, and I'm ready.
Yours.
This is the Burn It Down NASCAR podcast. This is my son Brian. I'm Dave. Let's do this. We've been off for a couple of weeks. We took some family vacation time, had time with the kids, grandkids, even got to go see this guy for a couple of days. So, post Atlanta. I want to talk about Chicago first. I went into that with a very, very, very negative attitude. I really thought some bad things were going to happen. It ended up, in my opinion, being one of the better races of the year. I didn't like the way they started it, and I didn't like the fact that they had to shorten it. But, man, there was so much back and forth about Mr. Shane Van Gisbergen.
Shane Van Gisbergen, yeah.
I had one guy actually shut him down. He's like, dude, he asked to post something on NascarOnly.com. And so I posted it, and it was like, this guy should not even be on the racetrack. He should not be allowed. And I'm like, why? He's out there putting on a clinic.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely schooling these dudes. And this guy's a big Chase fan.
Well, yeah.
He didn't like it. That's why.
Well, regardless, if it was Chase wasn't second, so it wouldn't have gave Chase to win. It would have gave it to Justin Haley.
Yeah.
So,
by the way,
yeah,
Justin Haley, second place in Chicago. What was he? 7th place at Atlanta.
And he almost won the Xfinity.
All of a sudden got speed.
He almost won Atlanta in the Xfinity.
I'm telling you.
Wasn't for gas.
He's a dark horse right now. But I was impressed with Chicago. Granted, the racing wasn't that good in the beginning because of all the water. But, man, it dried out, and they got going. And I really enjoyed. By the way, that Chicago street race had the highest TV ratings of any race, including Daytona or Talladega, in over 5 years.
Yep.
Late in the day, shortened, rain, and they had the highest TV ratings of any race in over 5. I just thought that was amazing.
I can guarantee you, Chicago's going to be back next year. It's 2
more years. They've got a 3-year contract.
Well, the governor, the new mayor, can nix that after this first year, but I don't know he's gonna do that now. It's how well it performed. But with it proving that it was a good race, expect them to do other street courses. I can see Charlotte because that's a home town for a lot of NASCAR people. They could do San Antonio. They could do other street courses now. They don't even have.
I'd rather see him do a a street course in Los Angeles than the Coliseum.
Yeah, they could do in New York, you know, like they could. There is things this opens the door for that. How quick, how soon, who knows? But I guarantee you, NASCAR's like, oh, okay. This is gonna open the door.
It started out as a debacle, and right with the Xfinity race where they had to break their own rules and call it before halfway.
Yeah.
I was sitting here Sunday afternoon waiting. Hopefully, I honestly I couldn't believe that they didn't just to save face get those cars, the Xfinity cars, out on the track and run 2 more laps, even if they were surfing.
Yeah.
Just to get to the halfway part and then call it. And they didn't even do that. I was are you kidding me? You're going to really do this?
Well, apparently there is some asterisk in the rules if it's whatever. Never been done before, but here it is, NASCAR. There is a rule somewhere. I forgot what it read, but it had the particular, like, with it being a street race, with the city rules, blah, blah, blah. So they got away with it.
That's exactly what they did. Bubba Wallace. Come on, man.
He's put on a good show for his sponsors.
Oh. Did you see him go right down that one street?
Yeah, did a U-turn.
Yeah, I just had a guy pop out. Bubba just went for the drive-through. But, hey, congratulations to Shane Van Gisbergen. I know I have to say that slow because it's kind of hard.
If I
put him in my garage for the fantasy league. And I used him. I pulled him out and used him.
I had him in my original fantasy, and I'm like, you know what? Most of these new guys, they know how to race for these races, but they don't know how to pit. And that's what's really going to be the Achilles' heels is the pitting. And I'm like, no, he's not going to survive it. And I literally ate my words because I took him out.
I put him in, and I used him, and it helped. It kept me close to you. And then... two more things on Chicago, and then we'll move on to Atlanta. Sad news, and I didn't write down the guy's name.
Yeah, someone got killed.
He got electrocuted in setting up. He was like 52, 53 years old. You know, of course, married, kids, and all that. So that was horrible. I don't know the particulars. I just know that he got electrocuted setting up whatever they were setting up. But the funniest thing to me, did you see that dude that got on the road course after the race or Saturday night and got arrested? I think he had a Corvette.
Yeah, NASCAR was all worried. Everybody's like, oh, he's gonna ruin. Like, they're like, no, he didn't ruin the track. He drove a car on the track. It wasn't like he drove a dozer or a tank. Like, what'd you expect in Chicago? If this is the worst you're gonna get,
I expected gunshots. To be honest with you, I've told you that.
Well, what I thought was cool, because it's obviously a spectacle, is people climbing on things just to see. They're climbing in trees. They're climbing on bus stop things, and
it's like Philadelphia after the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it was, but they weren't destroying shit.
Right.
They were just trying to get a view of it, which is I thought was cool. And like I said, living near it, but I didn't want to go with the rain and crap. But yeah, it might be something to do next year. Honestly,
it might be. Get you a hotel room. Book you a hotel room so you get an upper view.
No, I'm gonna spend that type of money.
And then one final point. Congratulations to Trackhouse. I mean, back to back, Nashville with Chastain and then Chicago with Shane.
Yeah.
And what's his face? The owner, Justin Marks. He was killing it in the Xfinity race until his motor went away. So anyway, that I am one of those people that when I'm wrong, I'll tell you I'm wrong, and I was wrong. This turned out to be a whole lot. I was so negative on it. Turned out to be so much better than what it actually I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, just like I said, I expect them to do a lot. Not a lot more. They might add, maybe 2 or 3 road course or street courses a year now.
I don't know if they'll go that crazy with it. Maybe not, at least in the immediate future. I would think maybe another one within 5 years. It took them a long time to get this thing all lined up.
Well, this all started with COVID. That track was never a thing until they started doing their the online racing, and that was an online track, a fantasy track, using real life roads. And then they're like, "All right, let's try it." So it took them 3 years to make that a possibility. So this one's a 3-year contract with this one. So when that one's done, they might say, "All right, thank you, Chicago. We'll go to the next one," or we're going to add, Chicago and wherever, New York. I think they might do New York. They might do like a Nashville because they do Nashville with the
Indy?
Well, Nashville is with the ceremony, the championship ceremony. They go there and do their ceremony stuff there. They do burnouts and stuff, and
Right.
Charlotte is like a home city for them. So like, there's many possibilities. Like you said, do LA instead of doing the LA Coliseum at the beginning of the year, do a LA street course. You could probably spend less money.
Yeah, absolutely. You spend less money. I don't remember what the dollar figure was, but it's a couple million to
And I think it'd be
put
way
that
more.
track in and then tear it down.
More people would probably watch that.
Well, I'm telling you, a whole bunch of people watch Chicago. That's for sure. Absolutely. Are you done with Chicago? Move on to Atlanta, real quick.
Yeah.
All right. Willie B is your winner. Spins and wins. Didn't he also have a pit road penalty?
Safety violation. There was a tire that got away. The right front. The right front. The guy threw it, but he threw it into the next person's pit.
Did he? I guess I didn't see that. The last time I remember seeing somebody do a spin to win was Dale Jarrett at Michigan. That I can't remember.
I'm sure there's probably other ones since, but yeah, it's not common.
Non-road course.
Yeah, it's not common.
So anyway, Daniel Suarez had a big, strong showing in second place. Allmendinger was third. McDowell was fourth. Kyle Busch was fifth. Keselowski, J.J. Yaley, Justin Haley, Blaney, who I really thought was going to win that thing.
No, I thought Brad Keselowski was. He was on a.
Did you?
Yeah, he was on a tear.
Well, I noticed your fantasy lineup was all blue ovals, every single one of them.
Yep, the way when they dominated the practice and qualifying, I was nope. I'm gonna do all this. This is one of those tracks. I'm gonna do all Fords, and they didn't do too hot. Kevin Harvick got screwed. Chase Briscoe got out. Like, it wasn't a great week.
For the first time in a while, I took Willie B. I stuck with him. So.
I took no Chevys, no Toyotas.
Yeah. Anyway, 9th was Blaney. 10th was Stenhouse, Eric Jones, Cindric, Chase Elliott, Hamlin. Where's Bubba at? 25th. And that's only because they shut the race down after he crashed, or he'd have been a lot worse. Reddick had a tough day. Bowman had a tough day. Truex, like you said, Harvick, Chastain, Kyle Larson. I couldn't believe he got out of the car and took blame for that. I don't think that was his fault.
Yeah, no, he's just trying to be the nice guy. You know, he knows.
I just didn't like that he got
well,
out.
I can't believe that he spun, flat spotted the tires, and they only went and replaced the right rear because it was low. If you flat spot the tires, don't you and replace them all?
Four, please. Yeah.
And then they replaced only the right rear because it was down. And I only think they did it so he could just get on pit, go around, and come back, so he didn't lose a lap. And the right front goes and completely destroyed that fender. It exploded.
It did.
And then that ruined his day. Well, yeah, after that, he hit the wall, and then he was done. They said, nope, we're done. Put it away.
Yep. Put it on the trailer. The points after Atlanta, we got Byron in first, Truex, Busch, Bell, Chastain, Hamlin, Blaney, Larson, Harvick, Logano, Buescher, Keselowski, Reddick, Stenhouse, Suarez, McDowell is in 16th. Below the cut line is Bubba, and he's 2 below the cut line. Allmendinger, Gibbs. I'm sorry, he's more than 2 below. That's on the next report. Just do the top 20 in Austin. Cindric. Of course, the problem childs that have missed a bunch of races are Bowman and Elliott in 22nd and 23rd. They're going to both need a win to get into the
I think
playoff.
Chase can point it in. He needs to average, like, I think that they made a stat. He needs to average like 24 to 25 points a race, and ever since he's been back, he's been averaging like 28. So, like, it might come down to the last race if he doesn't. But he can point in. It's going to be close, but you don't want to do that. You want to win. Gordon even came out and says you don't want to be in the chase if you don't know how to win. You need the win. So Gordon was like, you guys need to start winning.
According to this, and I hope I got this right, he's 281 out of first.
That don't matter.
Which makes him 60 plus out of 16. And we've got what?
Chase Elliott is 280. He's 281, so he is 224 minus 281. That 57 points.
That's not horrible.
Technically 60 for 16th. So my bad. 60 points. 221 is Michael McDowell, and Chase Elliott is 281. So he's 60 points. He can point in if he finishes top 10s a lot with stage points.
And this track coming up is one of his better tracks, New Hampshire.
Like I said,
if they get to race,
yeah, it's very possible, but it's you don't want to just point in and then not you want to have a win.
Him and Bowman both need to win.
Yeah.
Justin Haley's ahead of them by 19 points, ahead of Chase. And Chase has missed how many races?
Yeah, technically Bowman and Elliott can go in because right now 15th. Yeah, no, hold on. 16th has
407.
Yeah,
see, the ones that are fighting for the cutoff right now, Chris Buescher's pretty much safe.
Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski's 124, and the next one is Flores at 221. There's a 100-point difference right now. So right now they're pretty much locked in if they just keep steady. The 15th on is the.
Nah, Suarez and McDowell, they're only 3 points ahead of Bubba.
That's what I'm saying. 221.
Yeah.
The 15th and 16th.
But Buescher is in 11th. He's pretty much all he's got to do is finish the races, and he's in.
Well, say this, Brad. Brad's 2 points behind Buescher.
Yeah.
So, like I said, they shouldn't have to worry. The only people that need to start worrying is McDowell, Suarez, and Bubba, because they're all.
Stenhouse is in. He's 183.
Yeah, he's in by wins.
He's got to win Daytona.
So everybody above Suarez, that's points. McDowell is by points. They need to not worry. Really, they can, but it's gonna be close.
Harvick's solid on points. He's only 98 out.
Yeah.
Keselowski, like you said, there's about 4 of them that need to get busy if they want to stay in. And then you've got Wallace and Allmendinger, Ty Gibbs. And I still say Ty Gibbs is going to get a win. It's just a matter of where. Probably Talladega won't do him any good. Atlanta race. I thought it was an excellent race. I wish they wouldn't have called it.
It's one of those things. I don't get why you're doing a 7 p.m. night race on a Sunday when it's not a holiday Monday.
Well, thankfully they're starting at 2:30 this weekend.
If you're gonna do a night race and it's not a holiday Monday, it needs to be a Saturday. And if they knew here's the thing: how many times have they changed the start of a race because they knew rain was coming? So why didn't they start this race earlier?
Look at Nashville; they moved that up.
That's what I'm saying. So they knew rain was coming. They knew this was coming. It was already a topic when this race started. So why didn't they move it up an hour and a half? You've still been racing in the dark. Still would have been racing in the dark. You would have been fine.
No, I agree 100%. Everybody knew rain was coming. It was just a matter of whether it was going to be halfway or not. They should have started it. Agreed. They should have done a Nashville on that.
That's my only negative opinion about the race, and it wasn't even particularly the race. It was just NASCAR decision-making, timing, scheduling, whatever you want to call it. Other than that, it was
NBC has a lot to do with that as well. I don't know why. And I did see an article, and I can't remember what website or who wrote it, but his theory is NBC's trying to get the NASCAR fans used to the later dates because they've got so much NFL this year that they've got to do the football games and then the race afterwards. And if that's the case, if I'm NASCAR, I'm saying, well, screw you. You know, we'll go to somewhere else.
That's really on NBC for getting rid of the NBCSN Sports Network, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
NBCSC or something like that.
Yeah. So
SN, you're right.
So why would I understand that you want to get rid of it to save money, whatever, but now you're forced in your hands of scheduling. That would alleviate some of it.
Yeah.
Other than that, I think NASCAR, they could do minor tweaks to racing on the 1.5 miles, but do not touch 1.5 miles package, because right now, 1.5 miles package is great, apparently. It's just watch the last couple. The stuff they finally did to the car is great racing, it's great passing, they can get up on each other, they can go back and forth, they can go up and down, it's good racing. Now,
I agree.
Now, apparently, they're swinging for the fences, apparently, this week with testing of the short tracks. I haven't heard anything on it, but I do know they're doing some crazy changes to the cars. Week in testing. Short track.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
I knew they were doing some testing, but I don't know what they're doing. While you're looking that up, kind of another little cool, two little cool things. That was 2000th win for Goodyear. And I've had a couple people like, well, why is that such a big deal? Well, Hoosier was in there for a while, Firestone in the early days. And it came with Willie. You know who the 1000th win came with?
Jeff Gordon. I thought that was cool. The 24 got both of them.
Yep. And then obviously the beginning of the race, I guess. It's not the beginning of the race. What am I looking for? Richard Childers drives the number 21 around Atlanta on the parade lap. I thought that was awesome. It was Harvick's first win right after Earnhardt.
Yeah.
Incident.
Third race back. Earnhardt's the 3 and. Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, they put Harvick in the car the next weekend under the 29, and then Harvick got up next to him in the 4 car and did a parade lap. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Right here it says, according to the press release, there will be 6 drivers that include Christopher Bell, Harrison Burton, which that boy, he better be wishing his daddy put some more money in or something because he's gonna get kicked out of that car. Eric Jones, William Byron, Ryan Preece, and Justin Haley are doing a short track test at New Hampshire. What exactly are they testing? It is a new splitter that creates downforce and dirty air and creates lift and clean air. The goal is to help cars behind the leader have better opportunities to pass it. But I've also heard they're doing an underbelly change too.
You need to get rid of that whole underbelly.
Yeah, but they're doing what I heard. They're doing a lot, like a crazy. The new reverse splitter will take place after the Cup race at New Hampshire Motor Speedway. Though there will be another change. There will be another change in place for the race itself. Apparently, any changes that happen they get from this won't happen until 2024 anyway.
Well,
but yeah, they're doing some crazy, not crazy, but they can't figure it out, so they're trying to do something to, like I said, clean up the dirty air so you can pass on short. Because everybody's like, you sure can't pass. So they're trying to do something to dirty the air or clean up the air so they can pass. So we'll see.
I hope they figure something out. One final little cleanup. Other than, again, I just want to say that was I thought it was a really good race. I kicked your butt in fantasy league, so I don't get to say that very often. By 37 points.
Well, who's in how far in the lead am I?
That guy said I don't get to say that very often. All right, let's move on. Couple of bits of not much, but you got Ross Chastain's got a new sponsor,
which we knew was coming. It was a rumored while back, which is crazy because I thought with Josh Berry coming in, they might have actually kept it, but I don't know what they're gonna do now.
I don't either. But he's got Busch
new primary sponsor, 21 races, something
like that.
I hope they do a really cool paint scheme. Don't get me wrong, I don't mind what Harvick has, but I'm just like, give me something different. Give me something that makes, stand out. I didn't really care for his paint scheme.
Either. I didn't like that light blue and silver. No.
So hopefully they do something.
Corey LaJoie is a happy guy. He signed a multi-year deal with Spire Motorsports. So I don't know the details on it. I just saw a blurb. That's pretty cool. I thought this was kind of cool too. As Brad Keselowski tweeted out, he's got a new crew member coming in October. Yeah, it's his third child.
Yep.
So I thought that was pretty cool. So, all right, on to New Hampshire. Are they going to get that race in this weekend?
I haven't.
That place is like Noah's Arkville.
I haven't seen the weather.
It's amazing what's going on up there. They've got another one of those 100-year floods going on. It's in the area, not necessarily at Loudon, but it's pretty bad. They're afraid of a dam breaking, and I don't know how close that is to the track. But man, the only good thing, I hope they get the race in. I really do, because Ryan Newman's back. He's racing for Rick Ware in the number 15 Ford. And that's another good track for him. He likes New Hampshire. But
God, no, probably not.
You don't think so? Weather pretty bad.
I just looked up the 10-day. Thursday, 53% chance of rain. Friday, 79% chance of rain. Saturday, 43% chance of rain. Sunday, 58% chance of rain. Monday, 41% chance of rain. Tuesday, 58% chance of rain. So it's literally from Thursday until Tuesday, it's literally scattered thunderstorms. Literally, it's all it says. Now,
Well, they'll find a window in there somewhere.
well, it's a shorter track, so it shouldn't take long to dry when they get a chance. It's just if
On the
it's
301, I mean, they're only doing like 250 laps or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
yeah. If I do the
300.
hour, the hourly only goes all the way until Friday. It starts raining Thursday night at 10, and it doesn't stop.
yeah.
They might actually cancel the race if it goes all the way into Tuesday. Be kind of crappy to do 50
that.
laps here, 50 laps there, 20 here.
They will do whatever they have to do to get it to halfway.
Will they put rain tires on these cars at this track?
Not in New Hampshire. No, they won't do it. All right. Who you got for your winner at New Hampshire?
Man, I'll have to say Martin Truex just because it's his hometown, but I haven't really. I know Chase is good at it, but
yeah, Truex is a good choice. I'm going with Chase. I think he gets it and gets himself in the playoffs. How's your dark horse looking? 25th or below.
I'll take Ryan Newman. There's really no good choices.
I'm taking Almirola, former winner.
Yeah, he's not bad.
So
it's pretty bad that I was just looking at the standings. Like Austin Dillon's, didn't he get a penalty? So that's why he's so low.
Yeah, he got parts or so. Yeah, he did get.
I was wondering. I'm like, why is he 29th? And then I realized he probably got a penalty.
He did.
It's like Kyle Busch is up there in third, only 36 out, and then you got Austin Dillon, who's 364 out.
Yeah, no, he got.
But he didn't get docked 300 points, so I gotta figure out how many. But still, like that's a big difference. Like Austin Dillon, either I know you're the grandson of Richard, but Richard, you need to find somebody better to drive that car.
There's a lot of chatter about that right now, especially with Kyle Busch over there.
Showing it up.
It's not the equipment.
No, and he's proven that. With what, 3 wins already this year? Yeah, 3 wins. And I'm like I said, I think I predicted 5. So,
I think you're right.
He's got a ways to go.
I think. I mean, we haven't gone into this yet, and we'll probably wait until the actual playoffs start. But I still think Kyle Busch is going to win the championship this year. I really do.
I don't know who I put, but
yeah, we'll get there. We'll have to do a bracket or something when we get into the playoffs. 'Cause that's just perfect for.
Yeah.
But all right, I've got nothing more. I know there's a lot of things going on, but we covered the high points. Anything else you want to talk about?
I was looking, I don't see nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, they announced the Hall of Fame nominees: Jimmy Johnson, Mouse, and others.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing major. There was a couple of penalties before Atlanta. Some people lost their crew chiefs and that kind of stuff. Pit selection. No big deal. So, all right. If you done, I done.
I'm done.
All right, everybody have a great week, and we'll try and get through New Hampshire, see what happens. That's going to be a crapshoot for sure.
Yep.
With the weather. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.